Did you know that in the original Hebrew texts, Eve wasn't cursed by God after eating the forbidden fruit? Or that the Quran explicitly condemns the pre-Islamic practice of female infanticide? Or that Mary Magdalene was called the apostle to the apostles in early Christian traditions? The stories of women in our religious texts are often misunderstood, misinterpreted, or simply forgotten. Today, we're uncovering the surprising truth about women in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam's foundational texts. We're diving into how women are portrayed in the Torah, the Bible, and the Quran. What you'll discover might challenge everything you thought you knew. In Judaism's foundational text, the Torah, women play crucial roles that are often overlooked. Take Sarah, Abraham's wife. Far from being a passive character, she's portrayed as having direct communication with God. When she laughs at the prophecy that she'll bear a child in old age, God speaks directly to her, a divine connection reserved for only the most important figures. Then there's Deborah, who served as both a prophet and a judge over Israel. The text states, "She used to sit under the palm tree, and the Israelites would come to her for judgment." This powerful woman led military campaigns and was sought out for her wisdom in a deeply patriarchal society. Perhaps most striking is the Book of Ruth, which passes the Bechdel test thousands of years before it was invented, featuring extended conversations between women about their futures, not centered around men. Ruth's declaration of loyalty to her mother-in-law Naomi remains one of the most quoted passages in the Hebrew Bible. Moving to Christian texts, the Gospels contain revolutionary elements regarding women that were radical for their time. Jesus repeatedly broke social taboos by speaking publicly with women, allowing them to travel with him, and teaching them directly, practices that would have shocked his contemporaries. The first witnesses to the resurrection, Christianity's central miracle, were women, at a time when women's testimony wasn't even admissible in court. This detail, which would have been embarrassing to early Christians if fabricated, suggests historical authenticity. Paul's letters, often criticized for seemingly restrictive passages about women, also contain revolutionary statements like, "There is neither Jew nor Greek, slave nor free, male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus," a radical declaration of spiritual equality in the ancient world. In the Quran, women are addressed directly alongside men, with numerous verses beginning, "O believing men and believing women." This explicit inclusion was unprecedented in the 7th century Arabia. The Quran established inheritance rights for women when they had none, limited polygamy when it was unlimited, and condemned female infanticide outright. Khadijah, Muhammad's first wife, was a successful businesswoman who proposed marriage to him and became Islam's first convert. Maryam, is the only woman mentioned by name in the Quran and has an entire chapter named after her. She's mentioned more times in the Quran than in the New Testament, revered as chosen above the women of all worlds. When we look across these traditions, we see something fascinating. Women often embody pivotal moments of faith. Hannah's prayer leads to Samuel's birth and a new era in Israel. Mary's acceptance of divine will enables the incarnation in Christianity. Hagar's desperate search for water in the desert demonstrates complete trust in God's provision in Islamic tradition. All three traditions contain tensions, passages that seem to limit women's roles alongside stories of powerful female figures who shaped religious history. These complexities remind us that sacred texts reflect both divine inspiration and human interpretation across centuries. The role of women in religious texts isn't as simple as modern debates might suggest. By returning to the foundational texts themselves, we find nuance, complexity, and often surprising portrayals of women as leaders, prophets, and essential figures in our shared religious heritage. If this video challenged your preconceptions, that's exactly what Abrahamic Insights is all about. Hit subscribe for more explorations of the fascinating connections between Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Until next time, shalom, peace, and assalamu alaikum.